Good evening, everybody. We are live. Thank you so much for tuning in to another Power Couple live stream. My name is Joseph. I am one half of the Power Couple, and I am going to be your conductor for tonight's fun train as we jump back into Final Fantasy XIV, continue our Heaven's Ward main quest, and thar be dragons where we go. We're making our way towards the end of our Nidhogg line of quests, and hopefully we'll be able to take him on shortly. But we are part of that journey, and thank you so much for being a part of that journey with me tonight. If you are new, please, thank you so much for watching, but give a thought to looking up in the upper right-hand corner of our stream. You're going to see a heart, and we would heart if you would give us a follow. It would be greatly appreciated. If you enjoy tonight's stream, and trust me, it gets even better at 8 p.m. in 2 hours when my better half, Stephanie, takes over and plays some Sims 4 for your enjoyment and your watching pleasure. But if you do enjoy our content, please head over to our videos on demand. It would be greatly appreciated if you were to check out our videos. And if you are looking for videos that might be a little bit older than 14 days, we're not yet affiliate. We're making our march there. But if you're looking for videos that are a little bit older, take a moment. Don't worry, it's okay. I'll be here when you come back. Look down underneath the stream right now, and you'll find all of our social media buttons. Go ahead and give a click to our YouTube channel button. It's going to bring you to, well, you guessed it, our YouTube channel. There you'll be able to find all past Power Couple videos and streams for your viewing pleasure. While you're there, subscribe and ring the bell so you can get notified when we go live and when new content is posted on YouTube. Also, while you're down underneath there, take a look at our Instagram, our Twitter, and our Facebook as well. All three will keep you in the know about Power Couple content, our Twitter specifically keeping you up to date to our schedule. So, thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. And as you know, it's time to get down to business. You guys know it is my favorite thing of all time, and it's not really. I'm joking. But we're gonna wait in the queue now because there's never a quick and easy entrance into this game. You have to wait your turn. You have to pay the piper. We're gonna log on to Roger Moore, who's now level 58. We are only basically a level and a half until we get to 60, and then we can unlock the Gunbreaker class. Really looking forward to that. We're gonna log on, and just as we thought. So this is our time, you know, guys. This is our time, me and you. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I know I'm doing well. I had a busy day today. I've had a really busy couple of days. Things have been going, I would say swimmingly, but swimmingly in terms of drowning. But I jokingly say that. You know, the business of law is a very difficult business, especially when you're on your own. And there are times where you have 5 alarm fires that you need to deal with, and sometimes there's multiple 5 alarm fires that you need to deal with. Of course, to you, they're a 2 alarm fire that you can easily put out, but you have to respect, obviously, that it's very important to your clients, and you want to make sure that they're happy. So you do not. You definitely don't take it for granted. You try and make sure that you treat everybody with respect, and you try and answer things within a timely fashion. But everybody wants things done yesterday. So sometimes that can make for a very stressful caseload, especially when you've got, I think, 10 cases at the moment on my burner. So mix that along with my other responsibilities in life, and sometimes it can be a bit much. You'll have to accept our apologies, guys. We did have to miss Wednesday's stream. Go figure. We think somebody had crashed into a transformer around the area, but a good little portion, I think somewhere around 2,500 people in our city were without power. So we just were, unfortunately, just sitting in the dark with nothing to do. It was, yeah, exactly. It was not fun whatsoever. They had expected the power was going to be back at about 7:45, and we had thought maybe we would jump on for a stream, but we ended up making the decision that we were just going to hang around as a family and kind of just enjoy the night. And I think we ended up enjoying doing that. As much as we enjoy spending time with you guys, we definitely enjoyed kind of sitting around as a family. So to that, I think that was the choice for me. So glad to be here with you, though, tonight, and we are going to have a fun time. So we're going to leave off where we are on the Heavensward content. Damned if I remember where we are exactly at the moment, but we are going to go anyway. Alright, so we are going to question the Silver Bazaar residents, which, if you ask me, I think this is probably one of the more bizarre quests. Yes, I'm going to use that as much as I possibly can, and I will shamelessly use that. If you guys haven't caught on by now, I am completely shameless. I will do a dad joke for the pure purpose of being able to hit the ba-dum-tsh. Actually, while we're traveling, normally I'm usually blocking the chat, so you can kind of see a little bit now. We made a couple of changes to the stream in terms of the graphics, in terms of I guess you could say the output. So our canvas, the base of where we are putting everything together, now properly reflects our brand new 1440 resolution. So I think we do knock that down for the purpose of the stream. So we do take the resolution of the computer and then we output it for a 1080 experience, because my goal for you is to be able to try and keep this moving as smooth as humanly possible. So if I can do a 1080, 60 frames per second, you're not missing out on any action, because why would you want to miss a frame of this? Trust me, I'd want to miss as many frames as humanly possible. But I would say that, you know, we wanted to make sure that it fit perfectly. So I made a couple of quick changes, and I now made it to where you should be able to see a little bit of the chat in the background, and you might notice a new difference with tonight and Roger Moore's character. You'll see that he's got the word cross after his name, and that is because I up and went and joined a free company. So I think we'll take some time over the course of the evening to give them a shout out. Happy to be a part of the group. Definitely looking to be a part of an active group that will take a noob like me and give me a little extra activities to take part in as a group. So now we are going to search for Muriel, and spoilers, so always try and make sure that I put that alert out there. But Muriel is the lady in waiting who is expected to be the individual who poisoned Nanamo, the Sultana of Ul'dah. We all thought she was dead. Lo and behold, she might not be. That she was given some form of a potion that instead made her appear like she was in a death-like state, which is half the reason why we're all running around like chickens with their heads cut off in Ishgard, trying to use some clout to make everything better all over again and be able to clear our name. But if Nanamo's not actually dead, maybe perhaps that'll make handling the, I guess you could say, the clearing of our name a little bit easier. This is a first time playthrough for me, guys, so you're going to get to watch me roam around like an absolute idiot, because I don't know where I'm going, and we're just searching within a generalized area. One way or another. we will find this person. I'm a dum-dum looking basically on the tops of buildings, and I probably should have just looked inside of a building. That would have helped.
You are Meriel, the Sultana's former lady-in-waiting?
I know no one of that name. Pray excuse me. General Alden!
Our boy Robon to the rescue.
We will have the truth from you, girl.
So very quick, before I continue, for those who are new watching, I do like to zip it. I like to be quiet when we do have cutscenes, because if you are enjoying this playthrough just like I am for the first time, I want to make sure that you can enjoy it just as I'm enjoying it. So I try not to skip through text on the screen. I give you enough time to be able to read it, or at least a reasonable amount of time to be able to read it. And for cutscenes, I make sure that I be quiet so we can all enjoy it together. With that said, again,
Mayhap 'twould be better coming from me.
Lonorito, you'd best talk fast.
As you know, Teleji Adeleji's Cartano reclamation bill was no more than a facade. A means to get his grubby little hands on that Allagan monstrosity Omega. When he learned of Nanamo's intention to abdicate, however, he was forced to amend his plans. Suddenly, assassination seemed the most promising way to further his ambitions. I am told Teleji had discovered a maid in whose veins ran the blood of House Thorn. A new, more pliable puppet to sit the throne. 'Twould have caused an uproar, of course, but few could have contested her claim. Twas plain that Teleji's wild machinations had outgrown our ability to control them. So I decided to usurp his scheme and left the fool to seal his own demise.
And what of Nanamo?
Oh, I have no desire to harm her grace. 'Twould profit me little to destabilize our government. Thus did I employ young Meriel here to administer a potent sleeping potion in place of a poison. You should know, General, that your dear friend Ilberd was fully aware of my plan.
also for the record, you guys know if you've watched some past episodes, I absolutely hate Elberd, and from day one I was just didn't like him whatsoever. He stinks. Not a big fan at all.
I had him lie about the assassination as a means to prime your rage against Teleji. We weren't entirely sure how you would react, but things went rather better than expected.
You chopped off his arm.
You conniving little worm. You had your claws in the Crystal Braves before their first recruit had sworn to serve!
But of course, When a new game begins, 'tis only prudent to have a piece on the board. Ilberd was mine. Truth be told, a significant proportion of the Brave's initial endowment was also mine. With such large sums moving about, 'twas a rather trifling matter to disguise my own contribution. Ah, Ilberd. I secured his services with a promise to support his cause once my authority had been solidified. I swear, the man thinks of naught but prizing Alamigo from the grasp of the Empire. Unlike you, General, the poor fellow seems quite unable to forsake the land of his forefathers. Mayhap that's why he called you a traitor to your people and a disgrace to your homeland, amongst other things. What was it he always compared you to? Oh, yes, an overgrown lapdog begging for scraps at the Sultana's table. Oh, how we laughed. Alas, Ilberd's entertaining little outbursts eventually gave way to wearisome tirades, and the zealous brute became rather unruly. I had no wish to see you executed, you understand, but he would not take no for an answer. Rest assured, his employment with me has long since ended. Which brings us neatly to the present. What say you, General? Both you and the Sultana are alive. We have one corpse and one fugitive, and preparations have been made to restore your good name. Shall we cry quits and start again with a blank ledger?
I think that's a bit difficult. You know, you don't get your arm chopped off, you know, and you're unable to really hold a grudge anymore. That's not how that works. You can still hold grudges.
The hells we will! Do you honestly expect me to forgive and forget? After all you've done? You're guilty of high treason!
Stay your blade, Master Alden. You yourself are not innocent. Or have you forgotten your own crime in executing Teleji Adeleji without trial? Though you acted out of loyalty to the Sultana, such deeds are in violation of both the word and spirit of the law.
I think I'll be the judge of that one here.
If you would, Lord Lolorito?
This potion will wake the Sultana from her slumber. Consider it a gesture of conciliation. You will find her grace resting comfortably within her private chambers. Should you doubt my word, I shall willingly accompany you to the palace as your hostage.
I like not your motives, Lolorito. But you saved the Sultana's life, and for that, you have my gratitude.
Rauban Aldin, you are hereby reinstated as General of the Immortal Flames. The citizens of Ul'dah shall once more be united under Nanamo Ul'Namo, and together we shall usher in a new age of prosperity.
Now, if we could, let's give Roban a hand. Too soon? Might be too soon. That's okay, though. Alright, so now we can meet with Alphanud. Hopefully make our way back to Ul'dah. This should ultimately clear our name. Alright, we are going to grab that belt. Because if you are going to be a fashion diva, you might as well also make it your armor as well. So, why not? Alright, speak with Bartholomew on the Royal Promenade. Back to Ul'dah we go. As you guys know, I do not like to travel by foot, by magica device, by chocobo. I prefer to just throw Gil at it, travel around, and save you the trouble of having to watch me spend half the stream going from one place to another. Maybe one time we'll do the sightseeing log, but until then, I think you'll be content with not having to wait an hour for me to get to one destination to another. So we're going to jump on the Ethernet, make our way over to the Chamber of Rule. What's up, Genlins? I think the beginning is going to be kind of cutscene heavy, guys. You'll have to accept my apologies, but thus is the way it goes when you do main story quests, so. King Cookie Cat 1 in the chat. Hello, thank you so much for joining us this evening. We are doing the Heavens Ward main story quest at the moment, and spoiler alert, we just found out that that Nanamo is alive and she's just in a slumber, and we get to watch the reunion between Nanamo and General Roban. I feel like we need like a bodyguard soundtrack, you know, to go along with this. I don't know about you guys, but after a slumber like that, you would expect to have some pretty stanky breath. So,
I was having the longest dream.
imagine that. Like you're out for like at least a few months and you wake up and you must have absolutely like the most ridiculous, crazy, gross, stinky breath.
Ew!
Not cool. Not cool.
Tis time to wake up, Your Grace. Another day begins in Thanalan, and the sun blazes bright upon the sands. Her Grace is awoken. The palace physician assures me she is none the worse for her slumber. I believe Her Grace will soon resume her plans to place the government of Ul'dah into the hands of its citizens. Whatever path she chooses to take, I shall walk it with her. And we shall tread slowly, lest the nation be unsettled in our wake.
Her Grace's compassion is a shining beacon to us all. But what our city truly thrives upon is competition.
Oh, Lolorito, ever the capitalist.
'Tis in the struggle against our rivals that opportunities are seized and fortunes made. And with the Empire on the offensive once more, now would hardly seem the time to turn our system of government upon its head.
Are you privy to new intelligence, my lord?
I would hardly call it new. Remind me, what was the name of that enormous Imperial warship which met its end in Mordona? Wait, I have it. The Agrias, yes, well. 'Twould appear that the Garleans have been hard at work on another such vessel.
How close are they to completing this ship? Is it operational?
Now, if I remember correctly, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but if I remember correctly, the Argus, or the Garlean ship, the major ship, is relating back to like 9 years ago within the storyline, to where they actually required, I forget if it was Relsvergar, if it was Megardstimer, that you had the Great Worm come in and take down the major Garlean ship in order to help with the war that was going on between again the Garleans and the people of Eorzea. So it was supposed to be this major big part in the storyline, obviously well before your character comes into play, but it is kind of the crux of the Heavensward content. So this is a pretty big little bit that comes to light here. And King Cookie Cat 1, yes, I know that was you, Captain Nugget 14.
Its
I do,
maiden flight was a success, I hear. I should imagine Emperor Varys is eager to see how it performs in battle.
I do, just like you, I do watch Stephanie's stream, albeit from the corner of the room, but I have watched where you informed her that you had changed your name from Captain Nugget to King Cookie Cat 1.
My lords and lady, I move that it is time to repair the damage caused by Teleji Adeleji and prepare our great nation to repel the Empire once more.
"'Tis well that the Sultana has awoken. The Syndicate yet needs to put its house in order, but 'twould seem the worst of the confusion has passed."
Also, I gotta love the fact that you've got Lolorito basically going full on Dick Cheney. Okay, you've got Lolorito, absolute madman that he is, probably will be played by Christian Bale at one point in a movie. But what will happen is that Lolorito, again, not a big fan, but absolute madman, coming out and saying, yes, we get to, get up the arms and head off to war, and here's all of the equipment that I'll be able to supply to you for the low, low price of 99 payments of 999 gil. Just funding the war effort with his own.
Uldar has taken control of its future, and I must do the same. I have decided to disband the Crystal Braves.
Ooh.
Among the recruits, there were those who supported our order's goals and convictions with all sincerity. 'Tis my hope that these loyal men and women will choose to remain our allies in the battles to come. As for those who sided with the traitor, Ilberd, they shall be hunted down and held to account for their crimes. It is my earnest hope that they will surrender themselves peaceably when the time comes, though I think it unlikely. Ah, my all-conquering Crystal Braves. The model army meant to pave the way for a single unified Grand Company of Eorzea. That so high an ideal should be brought so low. I need not tell you how deeply the betrayal stung me. Yet I see now that it was mine own naivety and pride which allowed the Braves to fall prey to corruption. as ever, it is to your own shining example that I turn for inspiration. Like you, I mean to stand firm in the face of hardship and give mine all for the cause. Let us resume the search for our missing comrades, that we might come together to shine the light of dawn across the realm once more. The role of Crystal Brave Commander suited me ill, and I shall play it no longer. Henceforth, I shall be no more or less than Alphino, proud member of the Scions.
Well, good for you, Alphanod. I really could not care less, but that's okay. My attachment to these characters is non-existent. Alright, we'll grab that healing belt because you guys know if it's not a tank, I'd rather be healing. It's like, yes, all 5 of them. All 5 of them remain. I never really viewed Alphanod as being a great leader. Alright, so we are to enter the Rising Stones back over at Mordona. Travel and teleport we will. That's funny. I said 5, and there's 5 waiting for Alphanado when we come back. That's, you know what? That's hilarious that I was able to nail that. Also, can we please just say that this is basically Eorzea's version of Zell? I fully expect him to be a hand-to-hand combat guy. Also, could we talk about the fact that the big guy in the back. His hair was definitely on point there. Alright, what do we go now? Ready to fly. Alphanot has matters to attend to at the Rising Stones, and what have you for us? So we have to head over to the manufactory to get Master Garlon. Alright. Off we will. To Foundation and then to the Sky Steel Manufactory. Alright, let's jump on the Ethernet and head over to the Sky Steel Manufactory. I'm actually talking to the free company right now. Like I said, in a little bit I will give them a little bit of a shout out. But you have to say your hellos, and you have to see how everybody's doing. You can't well ignore them. Even if you are live streaming, you got to make sure that you jump on and say hello to everybody. Alright, Estinian are blood hungry, or would it be thirsty? Bloodthirsty. Azure Dragoon? I always want to call him the Emerald Dragoon, but I'm fairly certain he's the Azure Dragoon. Alright, last vigil we are, so we can make our way over to House Fortomps. I know I mispronounce basically everything, but that's alright. Alright, so for all the dragon hunting, appears to be that I may have miscalculated. We're gonna put dragons off to the side. We just got done defeating so many dragons. Every quest was kill a dragon here, kill a dragon there, kill a dragon everywhere. And now, when I'm expecting there to be dragons, and I titled the stream, Here be dragons, now it's like, nah, dragons are cool. We don't need to really be messing with them right now. You know what's really cool is if we were to fight the Garleans again. That's it. That's where it's at. So apparently we are to visit the seat of the Lord Commander, speak with Eremic to give him a heads up as to what has transpired, let him know and say, hey, thanks for the hospitality, but I'm more of an Ul'dah kind of guy, and all that love for Ishgard is making its way out the door. Alright, let's make our way to... We want to go to, let's see, the Forgotten Night. Ethernet Forgotten Night. Okay, Firmalbert. Let that one sink in. That's Firmalbert and his cousin Softalbert. How are we doing on time? All right, 6:40.
All stands ready, Lord Commander.
we still got a hell of a long time. We've got an hour and 20 minutes left until Stephanie takes over.
The moment has come then.
That means we can get some roulette action in, get some heavy experience gain.
Pray excuse my lateness. I paid a brief visit to the workshop to inquire about the mana cutters. The engineers assure me that they're ready.
The area is now but a short flight away. Yet what a long and winding path we took to reach this point.
Ain't that the truth, though? That is basically kind of a metaphor for the entire storyline so far. Is you've got basically a straight line from point A to point B, and we decided rather than going a straight line, we kind of just went all over the place, back and forth, up and down, left, right, BA, select, and now, nope, we're not there just yet. We have to go back one more time, and then we can go back there. That's what we basically did for the last, I don't know, 40 missions or so for the Heavensward content.
Were it not for Master Alphino's proposal, we never would have attempted to parley with the dragons. Though our negotiations yielded little, our expedition with Lady Isar taught us much.
You took an unimaginable risk. I could scarce believe the tale Estinian told.
Aye. 'Tis true that many of our countrymen would sooner die than join hands with the heretic's mistress. But 'twas through that most unlikely of alliances that we came to speak with Hraesvelgr.
Hraesvelgr.
A conversation that went rather poorly, as I recall.
In this instance, the journey was more important than the destination. Had we not slain Nidhogg's consort, Tiaman, and put the Great Worm on his guard, the Dravanians would have arrived at Ishgard's walls long ago.
Aye, that they would. Full grateful am I for every hour of respite your actions have afforded us. Thanks to you, our defenses are much improved. 'Tis but a pity they won't be enough.
Thus you believe an assault upon the area represents the city's best chance of survival. Is that not so, Estinian?
I am under no illusions. Nidhogg's might is legendary. But with his eye in my possession, I can stifle his strength at the source. Victory will be hard won, even so. And I shall be glad indeed to have the Warrior of Light at my side.
Also, can we take a second to just recognize the fact that Estinian just has a dragon's eye in like his back pocket? That at any point in time he's just like, no, hold on, wait, no, it's next to my wallet, back up. Okay, here we go, guys. It's Nidhogg's eye. You know how gross that
You
is?
shall have my blade as well. There are more of these mana cutters to be had, yes?
Lord Commander, no.
How can I, a proud knight of Ishgard, stand by and do naught while an outsider risks life and limb for our homeland? I swore an oath to protect this city.
Pray leave the slaying of dragons to dragoons, Sir Knight. Your duty to command the city's defense is no less vital. Should we fail, and Nidhogg slip through our grasp, who then will hold the walls against him? Will you leave Ishgard in the hands of the Holy Sea's zealots?
There are others.
Who but you has the authority and the standing to orchestrate a city-wide defense? I do not, and neither does the Warrior of Light. That is why it is our place to fight, and yours to remain here, Lord Commander.
Although, if we are to be honest again, if you were to leave the city of Ishgard to the, I guess what the Holy See, clearly everyone would drown. And yes, again, that it happened. I'm going to do that again.
You too, Master Alphino. By the Fury. You have shown some promise, but this adversary is far beyond your skills.
Your candor is appreciated, Sir Dragoon. I shall remain then and cheer you from afar.
I can't help but Alpha, and I just kind of have one of those looks like, what did you just say? and then have like a I'm little alpha nerd-ish.
Well, my friend, it would seem I have discouraged the last of the volunteers, and claimed the task as ours alone. But if any alive can best this worm, 'tis surely we too.
Be quite awkward if you're like, so about that, Estinian, I was kind of hoping that I could, kind of just stay here or head back to go see a friend of mine at Ul'dah. I'm kind of busy. Don't really have a chance to kind of go kill dragons with you right now. Into the Airy. Perhaps, maybe, we're going to be able to fight Nidhogg after all. Here I am thinking that they were going to press us into going after the Garleans after all, but I'll take it. Speak with Sid over back next to the steel manufactory Firmalbert. Firmalbert. Again, favorite name of the day is Firmalbert. Oh, would help if I went in the right direction. Completely was not paying attention. Mayhap we get to defeat Nidhogg tonight. Alright. I'm like, that was a long little cutscene for no reason. It's just a background, some kind of castle, maybe a mountain, bad aura in the background, not looking pretty good. Then silence, black screen, and then we're back. That's essentially what that cutscene was. But hey, to each their own. Alright, the Airy. Sensing the death of his consort, a wary Nidhogg has surrounded his lair with a wall of tempestuous winds. After calling upon the assistance of Sid and his ingenious engineers, however, you and Estinian are now ready to breach this howling barrier on the wings of their latest airship prototype. The Mana Cutter joined the Azure Dragoon on this, the greatest of worm hunts, and mount a direct assault upon the Airy. Only with the death of Nidhogg can you ensure the preservation of Ishgard, and bring an end to the Dragonsong War. And so it will be. So this one looks to be like a half party. We've got one tank, one healer, 2 DPS. Something tells me that this might not be the boss dungeon, because that tends to be for a little bit bigger parties, so we'll see what's going on. bro. I mean, that was pretty cool. Quick thinking. That's pretty good, if I do say so myself. You have to admit, this kind of, I mean, maybe they'll hash it out. Perhaps maybe this belonged to some form of human race one time or another, but they've got some technology that you just wouldn't expect would be belonging to dragons. Let's switch over to our party. Hey all. Let's throw on Iron Will so we don't get everybody killed. Alright, here's hoping that I'm not too fluffy and that I can hold my own here. I know that some of these guys might be expecting a character that is definitely higher leveled, or at least a higher, I guess you could say, item level tank. So I am going to be a little easily killed. I was trying to think of a word, but I could probably be easily killed. So I think that kind of falls on me to make sure that I'm dodging where I can be, make sure that I'm not taking on too much damage, and don't get hit by skills unnecessarily. Take it a little bit at a time, guys. I really don't want to push it, especially since I said I am kind of weak here. So even though I look like I have some pretty good DPSs and my healer is definitely on top of it, if I'm fluffy, if I'm, you know, very soft and I can be killed, I don't want to take on too many monsters at once. Alright, lovely. Quick and easy enough. Rangda is next here. It does say defeat Rangda. This looks like Rangda. Good timing. So, I am new to this, so I'm not sure what the mechanics are going to be, so we're going to learn on the fly and perhaps rely on our teammates to give some feedback on the fly. Alright, halfway through. We'll get this ad as well, see if we can take its attention away. Healer, any minute now, please. Thank you. Now we get into the Dance Dance Revolution portion of this battle. Oh, hey, sorry guys, I didn't notice the ad here. Oh, mubby. Alright. One down. Perhaps 2 dragons to go? A pair of orthodox thigh boots. And an orthodox ring of fending. I could probably equip that. That'd be nice. What do we got? Strength 22, strength 19, strength 25. Done and done. A terrible dragon appears before you. We're just gonna go around and, you know, kill Nidhogg's children. No big. Quick switch. Watch is coming off. Feeling too tight. A terrible dragon appears before you again. Come on, guys. Don't get too ahead of yourself here. Wait for me to catch up. Ooh, Orthodox Ring of Healing too. You guys again, if I'm not working that that tank, I want to be working the healer, so sometimes you accidentally get the monsters to attack all of your teammates. Because if you're not keeping them on their toes, who really is going to keep your teammates on their toes, right? Some would blame it on me being a complete noob. I would say I'm just a contrarian that likes to push the boundaries. Poor little baby Spyros all over the place. Never stood a chance. Oh. Alright. Yaskatus? I don't know what that is. That's a really weird name. This is basically that weird, like, worm monster, but with like a dragon head on it. I do not accept this. This is some form of inbreeding that led to this monstrous creature that has no business being alive. Honestly, so far seems pretty straightforward enough. I mean, I kind of don't appreciate the fact that the, you know, that the monster is called mustard gas, but I mean, everyone makes mistakes, but that's funny. We had someone kind of overreact. We had utilized a limit break, and we had one of the party members be like, "Oh, what? Like, why'd you limit break?" And that's because we can. There's no other reason really needed. That, and essentially it comes back with that 3-tier limit break for when you are on the main boss. So. Hit that treasure coffer up. New phone, who dis? Greed, why not? Wait for everybody else to eventually jump on and give their roll. See where everything lines up. Before you know it, I'm gonna lose all of my my spots in inventory just from getting all of these pieces of equipment, because it means something to me in my current level. But for these guys, they look like they're a bit more higher level than I, so not really a worry of theirs. that's the thing, guys. I mean, I take the numbers seriously. If someone's going to put out numbers as to what order we should be taking on monsters, I'm going to follow that almost blindly sometimes. So if there's an idiot who puts out the wrong numbers, and I'm probably going to follow that anyway, and I'm going to be just as much of an idiot, unfortunately. I might be squishy, but I can keep that enmity, damn it. All right. Also, what I do love is because, you know, if you do the main story quest and you kill one of the monsters along the way, you end up getting like 50 experience points, and it's like, come on, man, I've got 2 million experience to go. Can you give me more than 50 experience for killing this one monster along the way? Alright, we probably pissed off our party members because we forced them to watch. We were basically a part of Nidhogg, and we could not see him. That was funny. I'm like, where'd he go? Put on at least a little extra help for you healers, so at least deafens it for the next 15 seconds, makes it a little bit easier to keep me alive, and as I choose to do that, of course, is when he decides to take a step back from really attacking me. Okay, rather than die, I'm gonna go ahead and hit hollowed ground. Give my healer a second to kind of relax. Everyone seems to be heading over this way. I was wondering why. That's what I get for not paying attention. I'm like, why are these guys not attacking me? And why are they ignoring the fact that I'm trying to make them, you know, raise up my my enmity? And it's because they're going after Estinian, so that makes sense. Oh lord, oh lord. Okay. Alright, just got back in time. That would have been horrible had I absolutely dropped the ball and didn't make it. All right, got it. Put it in the record books. We've got a victory. But 'tis not the end. GG. Every time I keep forgetting I need to get that. Haseo, or Haseo, or whatever. I gave you a commendation. Let's see if anyone gives me a commendation. Probably not. Alright, we got one commendation. That's good. I always like to see a commendation. I like accommodations of commendations.
No worm! This ends here!
Estinian's such a BA. Get his other eye. Get it. Such a badass. I'm gonna say at that time. I usually try not to swear, but Estadian is a total badass.
You gifted my people 1,000 years of suffering. Now I gift you an eternity in darkness.
Honestly, I was expecting some kind of twist. I think there might still be one. There's always some kind of twist, but Vata twist. But I was expecting something more than that. Another cutscene relating back to the, I guess you could say, the tragedy of betrayal between the inhabitants and dragons and how they ultimately betrayed the dragons. And we have the original, what seems to be a Jour Dragoon.
They are ours, Lord Heldrath. The eyes of Nidhogg.
Aye. The worm lies broken and my father is avenged. With the wellspring of his vitality thus denied him, Nidhogg shall not linger long in this world. But behold the terrible price we have paid. My sire is dead. So many brother knights slain. We traded our honor for the strength which now courses in our veins. And still we are forced to make such sacrifice.
But not in vain, my lord. Hraesvelgr is the only great worm left in Dravania, and he dares not leave his lair. With Nidhogg's eyes in your possession, who now can challenge the might of Ishgard, ascend the throne, and take your rightful place as the ruler of our people?
Welcome back, Captain Nugget, Violin Man, King Cookie Cat 1, whatever you want to be called.
Nay, my friend. I must forsake the mantle of king. Though Nidhogg be defeated, his wormling horde yet darkens the skies with wings beyond counting. As one who partook of Ratatoska's strength, it shall be my penance to bear a knight's arms until death grants me leave to retire. When that day comes, no prince shall perish, but a hell's-bound hunter of dragons.
But Lord Haldrath, what then shall become of the royal line?
Think of your people, my lord. Without a king, who will the common man turn to in his hour of need? How will he find his way without your benevolent hand to guide him?
I thank you, Sir Flavian and Sir Silvertrill, for dispelling my remaining doubts. With men of such wisdom and compassion in service to the realm, 'tis plain that Ishgard has no need of a king. But if you must bow to the demands of tradition, you need look no further than yourselves for one worthy to wear the crown. Fare thee well, my brother knights, my loyal friends. On these shoulders shall I bear the weight of my father's sins. With this lance shall I repay the debt accrued through our misdeeds.
What cruel jest has fate played upon us? Have we seized this desperate victory only to lose a king?
We can but act as our lord has bid. We few who remain must divide between us the rulership of Ishgard and her people.
Not I. My oath was to Lord Haldrath, and he alone. If he is not to be king, then I would hang up my shield as well.
Will you abandon us too, sir?
I would wash my hands of blood and betrayal, and take up an honest trade. Mayhap I shall serve ale instead of sharpened steel.
That's one way to do it. I'm out. I'm gonna go serve drinks instead of killing things.
We four, then.
And then you have the 4 houses of Ishgard.
Forton, Hylanat, Dyrendare, and Zemail.
Good luck pronouncing those correctly. I know he just did, but...
4 houses to rule all of Ishgard.
And what of the throne?
We keep it empty. Until the day a king rises once more. We must assume the role of stewards. We shall shape our nation anew with a history of our own making, and let the truth of this dark day die here, upon the battlefield.
I do like the flashbacks and the extra little bits of story and...
What ails you, friend? Are you wounded? You have borne witness to history. To the culmination of the first battle with Nidhogg. The legend of Ishgard's founding tells that our ancestors were led to the land of Kurthus by the valiant King Thordan. In the midst of their journey, they came to a wide chasm, where they were set upon by a great worm, Nidhogg. A furious battle then ensued, with Thordan leading the van. Though the brave king was slain defending his people, his son, Haldrath, the first Azure Dragoon, fought on undaunted. And with a mighty thrust of his lance, he gouged out Nidhogg's eye, forcing the wicked creature into retreat. Thus, did this eldritch orb become a sacred treasure of Ishgard, lending its power to every knight deemed worthy to bear the title of Azure Dragoon. A rousing tale, is it not? Would that I could still believe it. But your vision, which we must accept as immutable truth, leaves no room for doubt, save on one point. If Haldrath took both of Nidhogg's eyes, then how came this eye to be lodged in the worm's skull?
Total moment.
Beneath
We're just...
every answer we unearth, another question lies buried.
Also, not sure if Estinian's armor is red now by some kind of magic, or if he's just literally covered in Nidhogg blood. Blood.
'Twas a fierce battle, but one I knew we would win. Your fame is well deserved, warrior of light. Full proud am I to have fought at your side. I would fain return with all swiftness to Ishgard to inform the Lord Commander of our triumph. But we must first have words with Hraesvelgr. There are parts of this tale that the worm has kept from us, and I would know wherefore.
So we got King Cookie Cat saying that I should call him by his new name, all in caps, saying, "Call me by my new name." And the only thing I can really think of is something kind of the following: King Cookie Cat 1. We'll go with that. I would help if I went back. I was supposed to go back. Mobby. And we're back. Okay, we're good. I think I lined up at least the dramatic pose in time. That's a lot of like very quick button pushing, guys, to make that happen. I will admit, I think with a couple of extra tries of practice, it'll be a little bit easier to do. But that was like a 4-button push within a short period of time. The song begins. Estinian would know the origin of Nidhogg's mysterious eye. So we are to head back. We are to speak with Ysayle. Let's zoom over to Zenith. And just because I'm in the mood of continuing to have some interesting, I guess you could say, transitions and do some extra little features, we can do the following. We're going to take this moment, guys, to say goodbye to Nidhogg. We barely knew you. You're evil, knew new bounds, but you had to come to an end. Let's see. Can I get it back? And we're back. Alright, we're good. You put this stuff together during some downtime and you gotta find a way to use it, right? So, why not use it? What I gotta do is I gotta add the black and white with the zoom. Really get that dramatic effect. I like how Estidion's just like, I'm not gonna be dealing with your bullshit any longer. Sound the horn, warrior of light.
You mean the moment I prized your eye from his head?
Mm-hmm. Are we sure we want to give the all-powerful dragon all of his power back? We might need him against the Garleans again, but a part of me just kind of wants to go.
No, God!
Don't do it.
God, please, no! No!
You get Nidhogg basically going around like a cat without whiskers in the middle of the dark, just like banging into stuff. Also, did you know why Nidhogg didn't see this coming? I'm sure you understand why. There was a joke there, I promise, but I done messed it up by giving you the punchline right off the bat, so. Womp womp. I like how for shorter ones, it's like 30 seconds worth of blah, 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 and then a really long one, it's like blah, blah, blah. Dragons. Am I right? Good thing they can kind of use their mind to do things, because it would make it very awkward for their dragon legs to try to come up and kind of be like, my eye, I'm trying to give you my eye. Here you go.
It was yours. Your strength that sustained Nidhogg all these years.
Would that Haldreth had dealt the worm a killing blow.
And so you acquiesced. You surrendered your eye to Nidhogg, knowing full well the suffering he would inflict.
This was
Alright, we've got 22 minutes remaining on the stream. Just enough time to get a couple of dungeons in, or at least get our roulettes out of the way so we can start making a push towards 59. That's not what I wanted. What do I want? Do I want the duty finder? Do I or do I not? I don't know what I want. I want the duty roulette. Here we go. We're gonna select that one. Already ready to go. Wow, we are moving and grooving. So I think if we are able to get the roulettes out of the way, that'll bring us into 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is where Stephanie will take over to play The Sims 4. This is a treat for me, because this is one of my favorite dungeons. The Wanderer's Palace. Let's throw on Iron Will, and let's get to it. We're gonna let our treasure hunters take care of that, and we'll let them fight the big one that's about to make its way over. Take them all on, guys, if we can. I will admit that was a pretty good pull, you know, to take on the 6 slimes, the 2 tonberries, the Brawn Buzzard, all of them all together, all in the name of trying to get through this as quickly as possible, because we do have the very large and angry tonberry that can one-shot us, if I remember correctly, hanging out in the background. And it's basically a race to complete these areas. Gonna keep an eye over there in that corner and look to see if the Tunbury Stalker is gonna be coming up or where they are. So far so good. Looks like we're making good progress. Not really having to worry about that. Let's bring these guys into the party too. And this is kind of how you should be pulling on the Wanderer's Palace. Ideally. We still look good. I don't see the Stalker anywhere. And on to the next one. Very good. I'm happy with that. It's been a while since I've done Wanderer's Palace, so to be able to have a good performance like that, so far so good. Apathetic Lalafell, I think is the name of our healer. I'm sure Apathetic Lalafell does not really care whether if I live or not. In fact, they're apathetic about it. With that in mind, they are doing a very good job of keeping me alive. going two hands on the keyboard. And that should do it. Lovely. So I'm going to wait until we make a little bit of progress on these guys, and then I will retreat. Now's a good time. And I can pull these guys into the loop now too. I'm going to increase my defenses. All right. Honestly, again, guys, that's about how you want to go about handling that. As a tank, that's, again, just about what you want to do. Alright, our treasure hunter friends are holding that stalker away from us. We're gonna try and get a hold of these guys. I believe there's a second one up here that we need to be wary of. There he is. So I want to keep an eye out for our Tonberry friend. This is not what you wanted to do, just for the record. This is my mistake. But I think our Tonberry friend should be taking that turn into the center, so I wanted to maneuver him away. Give us a little more time. Yes, alright, correct. So now we'll go after those two corrupted Nimians out on the northern, or at least the western part here. Alright, he is taken care of. Now, I do forget how this particular part works exactly. We don't really need to worry about the Stalker for now. Alright, now we got those last two individuals, or individuals monsters. We can now bring them over into the long hall. Leave it up to my merry group of men if they want to take them on over here or not. If someone rushes in there, that'll tell me everything I need to know. And we still got 10 minutes too, so we'll at least finish this dungeon. Alright, lovely. Great. Bavarios. This one's pretty straightforward and easy for the tank guys. This is mostly just a sit back, relax, and allow everyone else to do the work. So I did decide to change up the stream output. So I hope that today's stream has been so far without much issues in terms of the quality, no major lagging issues that you guys have encountered. Hopefully it's been a nice, smooth transition through everything, with all of the scene changes, with the game itself, with the camera moving out and about. Every now and then, I get a little bit lonely. No, that's not what I was looking for. Every now and then you get one straggler that just decides to just run away and does not care. Come on, guys, there's a reason I was trying to get you to move. So the fact that we're not taking these guys out quick enough is speaking more towards the fact that we're just not, you know, as DPSs doing enough to get them to be killed. So I'm not sure where we're lacking at the moment, but most likely one of our DPSs is just not, I don't want to say pulling weight, but like, we should have had those guys well taken care of before we got here. Alright, run, 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 run. I thought I used to be able to jump down from there. I don't know if they changed that. Something kind of tells me that that used to be the case. Alright. And what is another kind of race against time kind of situation? At one point we're going to have to make sure that we're really going after the Tonberry King here, because he's going to send a whole bunch of Tonberries at us. And we want to kind of focus more on the center if we can, because eventually they're going to surround us and really come after us. Some groups tend to decide, especially if you do have stronger DPSs, to burn essentially the boss, to just really go after it. Alright, so good timing on that. Definitely, ooh, feeling lucky. 514,000 experience. That is a great little bringing at the end there. Nice little achievement. Getting everything all, I guess, nicely wrapped up there. Where are we at? We still have 4 minutes left on tonight's stream before Stephanie jumps on. I was gonna say joins us, but then it was jump and join. Joimps. All right. No player commendation. Come on. I think that I did that very, very well. So to not get a player commendation, that kind of stings a little bit. Unrest in Ishgard. Estanian is frustrated by yet another mystery. And we've got Doublés as our reward. So let's see what we have. Like I said, we are going to be wrapping up shortly. At 8 o'clock, we are going to take a very quick break.
To slay Nidhogg. But I find there is little joy to be had in its accomplishment.
And we'll be switching over to Stephanie, who will be playing The Sims 4.
But you have rid the world of a hate-filled creature, and ended a bloody war in so doing.
I lost my family to Nidhogg's flames. And 'twas with fury in my heart that I took up the lance. Every blow I struck in the name of vengeance. We were not so different, he and I.
I will not judge you for your deeds. I have not the right. Too many innocents have perished in the name of my greater good.
These two need to get a room, by the way. They definitely just need to just...
Yet even with all that has passed,
go for it.
The tale is incomplete. We are short a great worm's eye. Of the pair which Haldreth took from Nidhogg, only one is known to us, the one I bear. What then became of the other?
A tale of two eyes.
Nidhogg, who had taken such pains to prolong the Dragonsong War, suddenly decide to hurl his entire army against the walls of Ishgard?
Actually, the question is, do we want to learn more about the story? And the answer is, aye. Yes, again, I will continue to use that as often as I can.
Aye. The deed is done. Nidhogg is slain. What? In the city? A battle with whom? At once, Lord Commander. Hold firm till our return. Fighting has broken out in the city. Lord Emmerich was sparse with the particulars, but it seems some commoners threw open the gates to a force of heretics.
Lovely.
I gave no order to attack.
Are we to mark the end of the Dragon Song War by spilling the blood of our own? Mayhap Hraesvelgr was right about us. Let us away, Warrior of Light. The people must be saved from themselves.
Wait! I would join you! There has been enough violence. I will appeal to my people in the city and make them see reason.
Come then, Lady Iceheart. Let us write the final chapter in this damnable war.
Alright, then I think we are off to Ishgard in order to take care of that. So I think we're going to wrap up right about at the end of this cutscene. We might be a minute over because we all know these cutscenes go on forever.
A small army of heretics has invaded the city, Your Eminence, but there is no cause for concern. A sizable contingent of our soldiers is already in place to repel the Dravanian assault, and the intruders will soon find themselves outnumbered and outmatched.
Our plans proceed apace, then?
Yes, Your Eminence. This unrest shall serve to feed the people's fear of the heretics and the dragons both.
And lend renewed fervor to their prayers for deliverance. Very good. Grant our guests what time they need to sow a measure of chaos, then order the Temple Knights to crush them.
Your will be done.
Nothing like allowing your own people to be slaughtered for the purpose of instilling a little fear so people come to church on Sunday. Oh, wait. Oh my god, that's too close to home. Are we going to have the Ascians come and pay a visit to our dear old... Yes, here we are.
The moment is at hand.
La Habrea.
Excellent. All shall soon be in alignment.
Although technically, wouldn't we call this misalignment?
It is time for the Bringer of Light to die.
Oh, we have a Stephanie sighting. Alright, are we gonna get control? No, of course not. We still get another 5 minutes worth of cutscenes.
Comrades! Sheathe your swords! There is no need for further bloodshed!
My lady!
She is come! Hear me, brothers and sisters! The war is ended! Nidhogg is no more!
What? That's a...
Aye! It is so! This adventurer and the Azure Dragoon laid the Great Worm low! The endless cycle of violence between man and dragon. was born of our forefathers' treachery. You have followed me, bled with me, to bring this truth to light that we might all know peace. But Nidhogg is dead. Nidhogg is dead, my friends! He who bore such hatred towards Ishgard is dead! Let his hatred die with him, I say! Let us sheathe our swords and go in peace!
Have we lost?
No, my friend. Far from it. At long last, the peace for which we have so desperately fought is within our grasp. And I, for one, would not forsake it.
Peace?
Oh, their heads. Oh, I wanted to kill people today. Oh, dragons forever.
Seize the witch! Let none escape!
Providing aid and succor to the wounded should be our first concern. If the heretics mean to observe the peace, then it would be folly not to do the same.
All right. We're not going to drown in the Holy See. We can turn this in just so we can wrap up. Aiming, healing. Healing is where we're at. We made it to level 59. Super pumped about that. This is a great spot for us to call it a night. Guys, with that out of the way, I want to thank you so much for tuning in for tonight's live stream. It was an absolute pleasure, as always, to be here with you. We are going to take a quick break, and Stephanie will jump on to play Sims 4 with you. That's going to be from basically soon until 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so about 2 hours of time with Stephanie. For those who tuned in, thank you so much. For those who are going to watch in the future, thank you as well. If you would please give us a like on the upper right-hand corner of the stream. I heart you too. Give us that follow, greatly appreciated. If you go underneath the stream, you'll find all of our social media buttons. Go ahead and head over to our YouTube channel, our Instagram, our Facebook, our MySpace. No, we don't have MySpace, but that's okay. We have basically everything else. It's a lot to take care of, but head over there, give us a like, follow us for more Power Couple content. It's been an absolute pleasure, guys. I hope that you have a great night. Until next time, which I think is going to be Monday for me. Stephanie's on Sunday after she's done tonight. Until then, have a good one.